Not easy being the fastest quarterback you've never seen. I'll be right back. There's no quicker way to get into DFS. Play Super Draft today and see for yourself.
What's going on, guys? How are y'all?
Doing good, doing good.
We got
What's
the
up, Stingray?
gang. We got the clan back. What's up?
Whoa, 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 whoa. This is a Southern show. Don't say clan. Don't say clan. Three white guys and you say clan, that's just not gonna happen.
Yep.
We got the gang back together.
You got the gang, man. That's right. My bad. My bad on the choice of words. Joey, what's going on with you, man?
I'm living the dream. Just making it happen. I'm very disappointed in the guest today, but other than that, CT, how you doing today? Oh, Joey, I miss you very much, man. I can't wait. You're the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I love you, Joey. I'm sorry that my team Clemson sucks and I suck, but I finally made it back. Just tell you how much I love you. Oh, Clemson Tom, that's so sweet of you, man. Hey, CT, how you been, man?
Hey, good. Just pulling double dad duty and
Oh, okay.
working.
Yeah. Now you know how I feel. So, Stingray, how
At least these are my kids, though.
That's great.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm going to kick your ass on one day. So, Stingray, what are we talking about today? I got tears running down my face.
Yep, that's old Clemson Tom for you, buddy.
Kick his ass one day. What we doing today?
Well, we actually have a little bit of breaking news off the top of the show. The XFL and ESPN and Disney have come to an agreement that they are bringing back the XFL in 2023,
You know
and
what teams yet?
they will all be simulcast on the ESPN family of networks and ABC.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that was just announced earlier today. So that's some big news there coming out of the XFL.
I'll take
So
it.
XFL is going to ABC.
ABC and ESPN, and they're back starting next year. And
They
will
say
be
where the teams are going to be located?
No, not yet. And they are in competition with the brand new USFL that's currently being played right now.
It's like professional wrestling now. It's so much professional wrestling on television now. You got on YouTube, you got AEW, WWE. Just like the same thing with football. You got the XFL, you got the USFL, you got 400 arena football leagues. There's more football on during the off season. There's going to be on during the regular season.
Yeah. All right. So Clemson Tom.
Yeah, buddy.
You were obviously down there in Florida. And this past weekend, the news came out that Dan Mullen took a coaching position for an offensive coordinator at a small school in Georgia.
Yep.
Your thoughts, and what are people saying around there in Florida with him going from an SEC championship game to being an offensive coordinator in high school?
They're not really saying anything down here about it. I don't think he has a lot of fans down here.
Right.
You're the first person that brought it up to me, and even then, I haven't heard anything about it.
Yes.
So I don't think a lot of people in Florida like Dan Mullen.
No.
So we shall see.
Yeah,
I wonder if he asked Mike Dubose about his job choices.
I know. I mean, that's kind of like what Dubose did.
Well, at least Mike Dubose won a SEC championship game.
Yeah, Florida came close, but no cigar.
Yes, Spencer, I did dust my blinds. Thank you, Spencer.
So I've got another quick question for you guys, because I know CT's got to get out of here going to do parent duties. But this past weekend, well, first off, let me just go ahead and say this. This past weekend, we heard that NBC cut deals they cut deals with Drew Brees, and Drew Brees, the former Saints quarterback, put out a tweet that said he is mulling over a possible decision of coming back to play NFL this season. So it got me to thinking.
Whoa, time out. How old is he?
He's in his 40s, late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah,
sure. I'm sure he's like 45, isn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
It's around there, yeah.
Who does he think he is? Warren Moon?
I know.
Sit your ass down.
Yeah. So my question to you guys is this. Obviously, we are all in agreement right now that Tom Brady is the GOAT, and he's also the GOAT in the NFL. But in the top 25 of best quarterbacks in the NFL, where would both of you guys place Drew Brees?
He's definitely top 25. I don't know what number I would technically place him at, but he's around there for sure.
Right.
But I don't really know where I would want to place him, to be honest with you, because there's so many. I mean, I'd have to sit down. I mean, you could easily top 15. I mean, he's up there. I mean, he's had a hell of a career. Right. Started off kind of slow with the Chargers. I mean, completely turned around the city of New Orleans.
Yep.
So even from a social aspect, you got to put him in there for something.
Right.
I saw him play live, and he's amazing. I mean, him and Aaron Rodgers is the two quarterbacks I saw live at the Georgia Dome.
Would you take Brees or Rodgers?
Rodgers.
Really? I'd take Brees.
I'll take Rodgers.
I've
seen Rodgers do amazing things.
Yeah, me too, man. I've seen him like, I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, let's call it what it is. But I haven't seen anyone put in the record books like he has when it comes to losing championship games. Right. Yeah, so yeah,
y'all will disagree with me, but I'll take Rodgers over Tom Brady. You haven't seen Rodgers play,
and you wonder why they're not your kids. Jesus. How are you going to take him over the GOAT? This is Tom Brady.
Tom Brady has always got on good teams.
No. Yeah, because the Bucks are so damn good when they won the championship. He can't
look who they got. Mike
and my son's hollering at you. It's okay. He has cheap ass blinds. Don't worry about it. At least you dusted them.
I wish you'd get your wife off my DMs. Hey, baby.
Let me see your phone.
You're looking good.
Let me see your phone. What is that? An Android?
Yes, of course. I don't do no iPhones in this motherfucker.
Jesus, you cashed your whole check and bought a phone.
That's awesome. Well, guys,
stop telling him he's awesome. He's not awesome. He's asshole.
I am awesome.
You're not awesome.
You can't spell awesome without me, and you can't spell dumb without you.
So, guys, I would honestly put him about 8th or 9th on that list.
Drew Brees, the dumbass is correct. Drew Brees that does look like me. I swear to God. Hey, man, I'm sorry. Look, it was one night and I was drunk and she was sober and she was a freak.
Dude,
You
come
know
on
you're
now,
right.
back to sports.
Please, if
you
you
do
ever
know-
held hands with a woman that saw as my wife, you'd skeet all over your damn self. You need new underwear and new pants.
You do know she's a freak in the bed, right? You do know that, right? If she's not a freak with
I'm
you,
glad you're not coming to Orlando.
Okay.
I love you, CT. CT
my last.
You know what? Hang on. You know what the problem is? The problem is I'm not afraid of Clemson Tom. I whoop Clemson Tom's ass. I'm afraid for his wife to come over to Alabama and find me and beat the shit out.
But if you ever legit thought you could whoop my ass, you better wake up and apologize.
Dude, you ever think you can beat me up? I swear to God, you need to fucking like.
I'd fold your ass up like origami. You would be
hey,
shitting out of your ear hole and
you.
eating through your
I
left
would
toe.
challenge you to a pay-per-view fight, and we'll donate the money to charity, all $5. Dude, you could not whoop me.
I'd take your life. Hey, no, I'd take your life like I took your mother's virginity.
The only place you could take me is to the store.
Huh?
That's right.
You can't even talk. Look at you. Hat on with some sunglasses.
Your hairline.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that you're so dumb.
This is awesome, guys.
It's not that awesome. Look at him. Ugly as shit.
This is what I miss. This is what I miss. This is going to be awesome this fall.
Anyway, what was your question?
Okay. My question was, who sells those hats besides like the truck stop places on the side of the highway for like $4.99? Baby, let me go in here and get me another old Tide hat. You know, the last one I lost at the Waffle House on exit 32B.
Actually, I bought this in North Carolina.
Take the hat off. Take the hat off. Take the hat off.
What? Put the hat on.
Take the hat off.
Put the hat on.
Take the hat off.
Put the hat on.
You should have kept the hat on. That's why you got 9 kids running.
It is on, you dummy. God, what is wrong with you?
Roll Tide, baby. I gotta go do a show with Stingray. We'll go to Waffle House later, baby. I promise. All-Star special just for you.
What was your question, Stingray?
Okay.
The question was, how the hell did you get good internet finally, Sting? That's the question.
I don't know, man. Hey, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. All right. So my question to you guys is this. Obviously, last week, right here on the CTS, we had Michael Spurlock on the show for courtesy of the Stingray Show, and he brought up a great point. He said that with all of the NIL deals that are being made right now, and especially guys like Bryce Young who are making $1 million and all, he is saying that over time that is really going to hurt people going into the NFL, and it's going to ultimately be a watered down system for the NFL. That is an avenue and something I had not thought about. What do you guys think about that? Do you feel like that the product is going to go down in the NFL because they are now making money in college?
Yes.
I'm kind of with them. I don't like the NIL. You're getting boosters involved when it wasn't supposed to happen, but it's unregulated.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you got kids leaving schools to go to one school because the boosters are going to give them $500,000.
Yeah.
So it's all over the place, man. I don't like it. I think it's ruining college football. I'm all about them getting paid, but it needs to be regulated. It's the Wild West out there right now. So I don't like it one bit.
It's good for Alabama.
Yeah, I know it is, but I'm just saying from a NFL perspective, he brought up a really good point that later on down the road, and especially whoever and whatever deal Arch Manning gets wherever he goes, you know, that if you go towards the $5 million to $10 million deal, then that's really going to hurt when you take it to the next level in the NFL. Because guys are going to be like, look at all the concussion issues that the NFL has right now. I'm pretty much already a millionaire. I can just sit on the sideline and go get a regular job and be good for the rest of my life. So,
are you talking about you or the football players?
Football players, man. And Michael Spurlock brought that up last week.
Well, there you go.
So
I'm not gonna be mad at it. Look, hey, life is hard.
Yeah.
If you were able to make that money, make the money.
So
And you get to be a college football superstar. Count me in. And you get to play with Nick Saban, under Nick Saban. I mean, they sure hell ain't going to Clemson. I mean, let's face the facts here. This is going to hurt teams like Clemson.
Yeah.
You know, DJ Uncle Lunka is not going to get, any NIL deals.
Well, he's going to have to step it up before
he's already got like 2 or 3. I mean, if you're going to talk shit, at least like.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just telling you.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
He probably lost them. You see how bad he played last year. You said it yourself. Don't contradict yourself.
I got you. I mean, I don't think he's got any NIL deals coming up. If you want to be, let's be truthful about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Well, Clemson.
I mean, I watched the spring game.
I honestly, guys, and it feels weird to say this. I still have not yet watched our spring game. I don't.
You're not missing nothing.
I know.
It was like watching. It was like watching Duke in Russell County High School.
Yeah, I mean I don't care, man. It's a spring game. It's a glorified practice.
Bama's was nothing special either.
It was very special.
None of them were.
Our defense looked amazing.
Yeah, against a vanilla offense. Whoop-de-doo.
What was Mississippi State doing? Ringing cowbells up the ass?
I mean, all the spring games are kind of pointless, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it's a glorified practice. Can't really do much. It's all You're doing the plays everyone knows you have. You're not doing anything.
Yeah, it's just for nothing. Well,
there's 100,000 fans they don't think is nothing.
Hey, CT, I've got to ask you, since Joey over there doesn't watch this sport, what are your thoughts on Clemson making it to a regional and a super regional, and can they make it all the way to Omaha this year?
He doesn't watch the sport either.
For baseball?
Yes, baseball.
We made it?
No, I'm asking you, can you guys?
Oh, I thought you were like breaking news to me. I'm like, what the hell happened?
No. I said, can you
I've been out in the
guys?
sun all day. What do I think about it?
Yeah,
we're Jekyll and Hyde when it comes to baseball. Lately, we picked it up. We're getting hot. I like it. Hopefully, something happens. Hopefully, we can do something and make it. But I mean, we'll see. It's baseball. We're getting hot at the right times.
Are you going to be? Would you be going out there to Omaha if they go?
Nah, I'll be watching right over there.
Yeah,
in my Tiger Den.
Well,
that's what you have.
We need to talk about some real sport news. Let's talk about Xander for a second.
Yes.
Well,
right. Am I free to go be a dad now?
Wait, no, we got to talk about Xander for 2 minutes. Give us a catch up.
Hey, I got one holler and I got the vacuum cleaner on. It's a Zumba. I don't know. It's one of them.
Just give us a damn update on my boy.
On him? I can't hear you.
Give me an update on your boy.
Oh,
Xander.
Okay. Xander. I just like to mess with you.
No, you don't.
He's got a 2-day tournament this weekend.
Look here, Shrek. You do what I tell you to do.
Something's wrong with my
now.
speaker. I can't hear y'all for nothing.
Because you buy your fucking speakers at Radio Shack.
I wish the speakers didn't work, so I don't have to hear you anymore. But unfortunately,
give us a damn update before I get mad.
Goodness gracious! Still going to Ireland in July. Just got invited to go play in Brazil at Rio de Janeiro. 2-day tournament this week at the LPGA Championship course in Daytona. He's going to win that one. Mark it down. We're winning that one this weekend. Lots of eagles, lots of birdies, baby.
All right.
And can't wait for Ireland this summer.
Man, tell him congratulations, and we really look forward to having you back in this fall.
Yeah, we're pulling.
I gotta get these speakers checked out. I can barely hear you.
Pulling for you, Xander.
Hey, Xander, that jackass from Alabama was talking about you. That guy, remember him?
All right, I was just saying I was pulling for you. That's all I said.
Hey, look. How about you just get off?
I got off.
And everything will be fine.
Okay. Hey, first off,
get off.
No. See, I got stuff to say, but I don't.
And he's gone.
See? Easy as pie.
And I'm going to bring him back.
Look, I can do the same thing. Hey, Xander, listen. Listen? Does your mom ever talk about me?
Yeah.
Does your mom ever talk about me?
He's a
No.
jabroni.
You
No,
can't
seriously.
say anything. You can't say anything.
Does your mom ever talk about me?
She doesn't really talk to me.
She don't talk about me. She don't say how's Joey doing?
Well, she says about you that you're the lamest person.
I'm the laziest person.
No, you're the lamest person.
Lamest.
Oh, I'm the lamest. That's what she said.
Mhm.
She don't say that to my face.
No, she said it because she didn't want you to hear it. So,
Listen, Xander. Look, how would you feel if I was your stepdad?
my stepdad,
What if your mom and dad got divorced and I became your dad? Would you be happy with that?
no, I would punch you in the face.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
would.
wouldn't. I would buy you so many presents.
No, I would not give you presents.
No, I would buy you presents.
Really?
I would. Yes.
I'll just throw them in the garbage then.
Why would you do that? You need to respect your
He
stepdad.
thinks he can beat me up.
I mean, I don't think. Be honest with you.
You think.
No,
You don't
I mean,
think, but you said you can.
yeah, I'm willing to put money on I could beat your dad up. Yes.
Bet $100 and my dad will beat you. I bet you $100. And my
You
dad
gonna pay up?
loses, you get the $100.
You gonna pay up?
You have to give me $100 and my dad.
Hey, will you take me to Brazil with you? Can I go to Brazil with you?
Nah.
Can I be your caddy?
You don't know anything about golf.
That is true. I don't know a damn thing about golf.
Yeah, my dad's better than you then.
I scored a
My dad
400.
knows a little
scored-
bit about golf.
I scored a 400 on a par 3. True
You're
story.
terrible at golf.
Hey, I had the highest score.
On a par 3?
Yes, I had the highest score. So technically, I won.
You need the lowest score. You don't need the highest.
I don't play golf like you do. I think you should have the highest score. Where's Stingray? Where is his offensive coordinator?
He just left.
This is live. This is the reason why I don't like doing live. We got a former Auburn offensive coordinator who's come on. I'm talking to a 10-year-old, and Stingray left, and Clemson Tom's doing dishes.
I'm not a 10-year-old. I'm a 9-year-old.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, wow, you 9 and you can play golf like you do? Damn.
I'm still really good.
Yeah, you're pretty good. I watch you on
On a
Facebook.
par 3, I could get a hole-in-one.
On par 3?
Yeah.
So after I beat your dad up, I'll pay another $100, and then we'll see you get a hole-in-one on par 3.
I gotta eat, but I'm gonna talk to you for a sec.
Sting, where's our offensive coordinator?
Dude, I'm
Dad.
sending him the link right now. Hold
He wants
on.
to be my caddy and he doesn't even know a thing.
All right, put Clemson Tom back. Clemson Tom.
What you doing? What?
Sincerely, are you staying for the interview?
No, I got
All
dinner
right.
to eat. I still got some stuff I got to do for work.
Okay, so sincerely, it's good to see you back, man. I love joking around with you,
I know, bro.
and we'll catch you next. We'll catch you in August.
All right, 10-4, brother. Y'all have a good night.
You too,
Thank you, man.
Yeah, bro.
All right, that's me, just me by myself. This is the reason why I like doing edited shows. I like to don't like these things recorded because I like these things recorded because you get these live crap and then nobody got their crap together, and now we're on YouTube with the millions and millions watching, and they're like, "Well, Joey's just on here by himself, not doing a damn thing." And truthfully, I'm not doing a damn thing because right now I should have my co-hosts. One just had to leave because. Let's face the fact, they may not be my children, but they're somebody else's children. I mean, I'm just saying, if you see his wife and you're saying, what the hell is he doing with Clemson Tom? However, that's a different show. Then you have Stingray who calls me up, hey, Joey, my tooth hurts. I can't do 3rd and 3. I was like, Stingray, you get your butt onto the show and you do your commitment to 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 needs you. You don't need 3rd and 3. and he goes on and then he says, we got an Auburn offensive coordinator. I'm like, I don't want to talk to an Auburn coordinator. You're going to talk to an Auburn offensive coordinator. I'm not getting the live chat showing up on my screen. It's maybe your TV, Spencer.
Yeah.
So tell us about this guest coming on. He's an offensive coordinator. He's writing a book. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is the former offensive coordinator at a whole bunch of places in the SEC and college football. He was the offensive coordinator at California, at UCLA, and then at Boise State. He was also at Auburn, San Diego State. He was at Michigan with Brady Hoke, and then back at Auburn for the offensive analyst back in 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Al Borges is joining us.
Hey, Al Borges. Al Borges, ladies and gentlemen. All those schools you worked at were great except for one.
What's that?
That Auburn school.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yes,
Ray, you actually let him on the same deal.
Yeah.
I laugh, but
yes,
part of me just loves all Alabama fans. I don't know what it is. It's the passion, I think.
yes.
It's not Alabama, I promise you that, but the passion is pretty cool.
How about the state? About the state, you like the state?
I love the state. And let me tell you something about that now. Listen to me. I never thought I would. I'm from California, man.
Yeah.
And I came to Alabama and I thought, man, this is as far from where I'm from as I can imagine,
Yeah.
But you know what's cool is they care.
Yes.
They care a lot. They care a lot about football. They have passion. It's important to them. And I finally found I coached in 7 states now, but it took me the 6th or 7th state that I coached in to find out who was as passionate about football as I was. In Alabama, state of Alabama, equal to it.
Now, Mr. Borges, I want to tell you this: there's some parts of Alabama you don't want to go to. Don't go to Pritchard. Don't go to Anniston. Don't
Anniston's not that bad.
No, you've been to Oxford. Oxford, that's where you were. I had the same thing. I went to Oxford, and then you drive up that hill and you hit Anniston. I've done more time in Anniston, and I've seen. And when you go to the nice parts of Anniston, yeah, it looks nice. But as a PI, and you go to those bad parts, you're in the bad parts, and you know you're in the bad parts.
Yeah, I know, but you know what though? I mean, I don't want a bunch of apathetic fans. I want people to care, and that's never an issue in Alabama. Even the Alabama fans, I appreciated them, and God knows I'm about as far from an Alabama fan as you can get, but there was a part of me that always appreciated their passion, their love for the game, and how important it was to them. So I don't, and I do this in my book. I talk about it. I have trouble putting them down too much.
Yeah.
It's hard. I want to, but I can't really do it because if they were my fans, oh God, would I love them.
Well, hold on. I told Stingray to take it. We have a little chat right now. So I want Stingray to take about. Is this one question that I have to know? Okay. What was your opinion, if you will, on the Harvey Updike situation?
On what now?
The Harvey
Updike situation.
You got to update me. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't know about Harvey Updike?
Nope.
The poison of the trees?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know about him. I didn't bother to learn his name, but I know who you're talking about.
So when you heard about it, what was your thoughts?
Well, I thought it was absurd. Why would you do that? I mean, it would be like going to Alabama and burning down the Bear Bryant statue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that doesn't cut it. I mean, Bear Bryant's an institution, man. You might hate Alabama, but you ain't messing with Bear. I mean, why would you go and do that? That's that. And he got caught up. You know what I mean? He got caught up. He was, he wanted to make a statement and he did something stupid. Just like if somebody burnt down the the Bear Bryant or stole the Bear Bryant statue, they'd want to make a statement. But that's just taking the passion beyond what it should be. This is a friggin' great rivalry. This is real now. This is people care about this. Don't screw it up. Don't make it something it's not. I mean, it's about ball. It's about people in the state. It's about people loving what they're all about. And it's not about killing trees or stealing statues or defaming stuff. It's important to people, and don't mess with that part of it. That's not the part you want to mess with. You want to get into the arena and fight and see who wins.
Some of them do
game.
want to fight. Some of the fans do want to fight.
Oh no,
especially the Auburn fans when
I
they get liquored up.
Yeah, I understand that. You know?
Don't do this to me. The Auburn, look, I've been to Iron Bowls in Auburn. Right. They like to drink.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I totally understand that. I don't. You see, what I'm different from most dudes. I'm an Auburn guy. Always been an Auburn guy. I love Auburn.
Right.
But I understand the Alabama fan more than most Auburn people do. They get caught so much in the emotion it clouds their judgment. I don't. I understand the Alabama fan, and I know the Alabama fan is just the Auburn fan wearing red. The Auburn fan is just the Alabama fan wearing blue and orange. They're the same people, but they picked a different side. You know what I mean? And I picked the Auburn side because God knows I love Auburn, but you can't really put them down for what they love. You can't put them down for what they're passionate about. You can't do that. That's the good part about them. That's not the bad part about them. But you got to know where the line is. I mean, you can't be stupid. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, Coach, you mentioned it. Tell us all about your book that is coming out in August, please.
Okay, what I did, and Ray, you and I talked about this already, so this ain't news, but you got a different audience probably now. So I went to the Auburn, Alabama game this last year with no book on my radar. I wasn't thinking about writing any book. I just want to take my son because he wants to go to Auburn. He was there when I was there. He was a little kid, but he never lost the passion. So I said, he's 17 years old. He's trying to pick a college. And he's always been, Auburn, and that's understandable because I was Auburn. So I took him there. We watched the game. The game was awesome. And the fans were unbelievable. I mean, they were just, Joey, I coached there 18 years ago now. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's like I never left.
Yeah.
You understand?
I didn't even know who you were.
Oh, it's like I never left. They were, I don't even know what to say. It makes me misty just to think about it. They were so great. So when I went home, I said, well, my son wants to go to Auburn. Ain't no doubt about that. Okay. Right. But what am I going to do for the fans? And the only thing I can think of, I got to write a book. I ain't no author now, but I'm going to write it the way I am. I'm going to write it like a coach. I'm going to use cuss words. I'm going to say I'm not going to belie the authenticity of every scenario. Right. When we were losing, I'm going to say what I said. When we were winning, I'm going to say what I said. People don't like that, don't buy the book, I guess, but I want them to buy the book so they can get a feel for what it was at that time,
Yes.
So that's what I did. That was the inspiration of it. And then, I don't know, I started writing the book and it just wrote itself. You know what I mean? It wasn't even, didn't even no thinking to it. I just started ripping off stuff. And then this is the deal. Okay. After I wrote the book, I went back and I had 13 DVDs of all the games from La Monroe all the way through the Sugar Bowl.
Yes.
And I watched everyone and all these thoughts came back. I was triggered. I'd watch stuff that would happen during the game and go, God, I remember that. I could rewrite another book, the whole thing with that, I could start over and do it again.
Right.
But it gave me a more thorough evaluation or assessment of what happened that year.
Yes.
And I just put it in words the best I could. It ain't beautiful. It's not a literary masterpiece, but it is authentic.
Right.
There's no BS. And if that's appealing to you, you're going to like the book. If it's not, you might not. But that's the only way I know how to write it. I can't write it like Ernest Hemingway, that's for sure.
Well, where is it going to be? Where can you people purchase it? Is it going to be like at Barnes and Noble?
Yes.
Or okay,
Yeah, all the popular bookstores. You go to
okay,
Amazon, you can order it online, but I mean, it's going to be easy to get.
okay.
But here's the deal: when I get, let me see what I did. I wanted to do a book signing. Okay, so
Yes.
on October 1st, I don't think I told you this when I talked to you before.
Right.
I want to do a book signing at the LSU game.
Okay.
So I talked to the Auburn people so I could go down there, and they set up a booth. And by that time, I'm hoping that it's been out for about a month, so people can bring a book, or I'll bring some books they can buy, and do it that way. And
Right.
uh, I don't know, I'm a neophyte. I know author. I'm a football coach, okay, but I'm just doing the best I can to get people exposure to that. And people told me, don't go on the Alabama side. They'll think you're a fool. Alabama fans are nuts. They love football,
Yes.
So I went on the Alabama side. I said, I'm going to, if they can reject me if they want, I don't care. But I'm going to let them know, hey, I got a book out. You'll love it. It's about
Yes.
football. You love football. You don't love
Right.
football. Don't read it. If you hate Auburn that much, don't read it.
Right.
But
Now
it
this
is a
book is
book
about
about,
the 2004 season, right?
yes. And it goes all the way through from the time I was hired to the Sugar Bowl. Okay. And it makes an assessment of every single game. Okay. So what I did is I watched the game. I talked about how the prelude to the game,
Mm-hmm.
the game planning for the game, how we went about that, what happened during the game from an X and O perspective, and the adjustments at halftime. And then when the game was over, the post game assessment. So it gave you a coach's perspective on every single thing we did during the season. For example, we're playing Alabama. Okay. How are you going to attack Joe Kine's defense? Joe was a really good defensive
Yes.
coach now. Okay.
Yes.
And I said, what are you going to do with Joe? Because Joe had a lot of stuff he did. He ran 3-3, he ran 4-3. He'd mix it up. He'd give you problems. So I talk about how we dealt with that. And we didn't deal with it very good in the first half because they kicked the crap out of us. And
Mm-hmm.
how we adjusted to the second half of the game. And then after the game, what was our approach to the next game, assessing how we did against Alabama. And then what was our approach to the next game. And that's how every chapter pretty much went. Now, the lesser games, the ancillary games like the Monroe game, I didn't do a ton of detail on that. But the Tennessee game, the Arkansas game, the SEC games, I did more work on, so it would be more compelling to the person that was reading.
Right. Well, let's go on ahead and talk about your time going from California down to Auburn. What was that transition like coming to the South,
He
please?
he said he
Well,
already said it was a culture shock.
it was. You bet it was. It was a big time. And it went beyond coaching. Okay.
He-
It went beyond coaching. I went from the Midwest
Right.
to, I'm a California guy, but I went from the Midwest to the South. So I always use the analogy of the My Cousin Vinny moment. Okay.
Yeah.
If you, if you watch My Cousin Vinny, that was me. I mean, it wasn't a guy from New York. It was a guy from California. It wasn't any different. I came in. I didn't know how to dress. I wore Hawaiian shirts. They giggled at me, man. I didn't know how to eat. I'm looking at grits. I'm going, I can't make these things taste good. They suck.
Put some
Okay.
butter and salt in it. It's all good.
Yeah. They're giving me sweet tea. I think they put sweet and low in it. I don't know why. How is it sweet tea? I don't know what that is. And the way y'all talk, I'm
Yeah.
going, I couldn't
Y'all.
understand you.
Yeah, y'all, you got it now, don't you?
Well, yeah, I adapted to that, but I didn't talk that way when I got there. I mean, they were
Yeah.
saying fixin', they were saying y'all, they were saying all kinds of stuff that I couldn't relate to. And I had to coach Jason Campbell, who I couldn't understand.
Right.
He's from Taylorsville, and he's got this Southern accent with a low murmur. I talked to him on the phone, like the first time I talked to him on the phone. 10 minutes I talked to him. I put the phone down. I told my wife, I didn't understand one word that kid said. All I'd said was, yep, yeah, that's good. And I said, well, I guess it's not really that important that I understand him. It's that they understand him. So I had to learn how to deal with that. There were so many things that went beyond just the coaching, just the cultural transition to the South. So, and here's the deal: is I'm a little bit of a chameleon. I can adjust. I can adjust. I understand, but it doesn't happen overnight. Now, not from a guy from California. It takes a little bit of time, but they understood me. I understood them. And let me tell you something. You're an Alabama fan, you can relate to this. Okay. If you can coach, they don't care if you know a magnolia tree from a mint julep. They love you. Okay.
Yes.
If you can do that, Nick's from West Virginia. Okay.
Well,
They
West
don't really
Virginia,
differ.
West
They
Virginia
just-
is South too. So
Yeah, but it ain't Alabama.
Right.
no.
It
I
ain't
mean,
Alabama.
you basically came from hugging trees to rolling toilet paper on trees.
Well, I don't know about hugging trees. Now that's a little extreme, but I lived in a couple of states that did that. I can't say that, but it was different. It was different, and I had to make adjustments more than just football adjustments, but because their passion
Yes.
was so great, I don't know. I thought it was. I don't want apathetic fans, even if it means they're going to yell at me and use my first name as a cuss word.
Yeah, I think when it came to especially during the 2004 season, it's not that Alabama fans didn't like you. It's more that at that time it was. I wouldn't want to say fear. It was more of a okay, we're concerned kind of feel. I mean, because Auburn in 2004 should have been the national champions, and I mean, they got cheated. The fact that y'all had to play, the fact that y'all had to play Virginia Tech instead of playing for the national championship was a travesty, and that's one of the biggest reasons why we don't have the BCS now. However, I wasn't disappointed in it, but I will say
No,
it was.
You're real. You're real.
Yeah, it was a travesty. It's just like I say about Cam Newton. I don't like Cam Newton on the field. I don't like the Panthers, and I sure hell don't like Auburn. I'm a Falcons fan, but if my son can grow up to be half the man Cam Newton is, I know I did my job as a father. Now, take away all the let's get funky and all the clothes and crap. As a human being, Cam Newton is a class act. Tim Tebow is a class act. I don't like Florida. I don't like Auburn. But if I grew up and my son can be those type of guys, I did my job as a father. But on the football field, I don't like them. But I wouldn't wish harm on them. However, in 2004, y'all got cheated. It was a fact. It is what it was. Yeah. So,
no, at least you're level-headed about it. That's good because a lot of people aren't. They don't see. I try after the fact more than during the fact to try and see it rationally in retrospect. How in the hell can an undefeated SEC team not be the national champions when you eliminate USC? Right. That's just. I mean, this doesn't take a Phi Beta Kappa to figure this out now. Right. If you want to argue SC was as good as us, that's a good argument. SC eliminated themselves. Oklahoma eliminated themselves really by the game. I mean, they lost 55-19. You want to say Reggie Bush made a difference? It didn't make a difference of 55-19. Right. So, and most people didn't see Utah as a national champion, although they were damn good.
Right.
Or Boise State, who were damn good. They saw a team, one of those three, right? It was one of those three. Well, if you voted tomorrow and knew all the facts, everybody would vote for Auburn. And I don't think that's a real tough decision. If SC was in the equation, different. They weren't. So to leave it vacated to me is absurd. That doesn't make any sense. You can't leave a 2004 season saying nobody won the national championship when you have a legitimate champion. If you didn't, then I'd say, okay, but you do. So that's my case. And this book was kind of my last ditch effort to make that statement, that and some other statements. But, that was really part of it anyway. That wasn't the whole thing, but that was part of it.
Right. Well, I want to go back to early in your career because we didn't talk about this earlier and when we had you on the Stingray show. But you said you were a part of the crazy play in the Stanford versus Cal game. Talk about that, please.
That was my introduction to college football. I was 26. I got a job at Cal. That's what they called, a restricted earnings type coach.
Right.
And we had a hell of a year with Joe Cap, who had never coached before.
Mm-hmm.
He got the job, and people don't know that now because it was so long ago. But Joe got the job as a guy that was a former NFL player that had never coached before, but he had a little a little charisma to him. And I was coaching. Cal is where I met all the people that helped my career later. And our last game, we were playing against Stanford and John Elway. Okay, this is John Elway in college. Now, I don't know how old you guys were when John Elway was in college, but I'm betting you weren't very old or you weren't born at all. Okay,
What year did he play at Stanford?
82.
I was a baby.
Yeah. Well, that's most people that you were born is incredible because most people I take say that too. So, Coach, I was about -7 at that time, So, but it was a great game. Ball, we're going back and forth. I mean, the game was phenomenal. And at the end of the game, their field goal kicker, Mark Harmon, kicked a field goal to put them ahead. We had 4 seconds left, and Richard Rogers, who was one of our safeties, who was on the return team, said, "Just keep the ball alive. Just keep it alive. I mean, do what you can. I mean, there wasn't any play. I mean, I love to think you had some, Music City Miracle type deal. We didn't. So we just kept the play alive and kept lateraling it and ran through the band and over the trombone player, and the rest is history. But I got a chance as a young coach to be part of history, which was really kind of cool because it was my first experience in college football. I didn't have a thing to do with it. I'd love to think I did. I didn't. But I was part of it. So it was fun.
All right. And my last question for you is this. Out of all of the games that you have coached, because you've coached quite a few at a lot of stops, when someone says most exciting game you ever coached in, which one is it?
Georgia.
Don't say the Iron Bowl.
No, it wasn't. Although I had some good ones there, but
Right.
Georgia, Auburn, 2004 is the number one game in my career. I've had that question countless times on these type of deals, and this is why, because there was so much at stake.
Right.
It was at Auburn. There were 89,000 something odd fans. My best friends were in the stands, and another 10 to 15 outside the stadium that were just waiting to see what happened.
Right.
And with so much at stake, game day there, we had an undefeated streak going. Georgia was good. They were real. They had, David Green. They had David Pollock.
Mm-hmm.
They had Thomas David. They had some good
They had a great team.
They did. They were a bugger. But we played good. I mean, we played good on offense. We played good on defense. Our kicking game was solid. We beat them 24-7, but we really beat them worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they were never in the game. And when it was over, I just had the greatest feeling about how we had done, how our players had performed under pressure, how our coaches had come up with a plan, defensively, offensively, kicking game. I don't know. I just never forget that one. I just remember coming off the field going, man, this is the coolest thing that I could think of.
If my timeline is right, a lot of people during the preseason picked Georgia to win the national championship that year.
Yeah.
Because I think they was even on the cover. The Big Three was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I believe, if my timeline's right, I could be wrong.
I'm sure. I don't know if it is, but I'll bet you're right. Because David Green had lost like one game.
Yes.
He had some incredible record.
I was sitting there telling all these Auburn fans at the time that I was around, they were talking so much try Auburn's dudes, and I was like, Georgia is going to kill Auburn. Georgia's going to beat the lip. And Georgia, I believe Georgia lost a game early in the season.
I think they lost to LSU.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Georgia's going to kill them. And when I was watching that game, I was all happy. I was talking. I was like, yeah. And then Auburn laid the smackdown on them. And I was like, Jesus loves me. And then after that, I knew it's over. And I want to tell you what I told Jason. We talked to Jason K. I'm going to tell you the same thing. We're not talking Iron Bowls when you were there. We're not going to talk no Iron Bowls. That's 6 years. No, we don't talk about those. But anyway, go ahead.
No, I don't know. It was just, you just don't go through this very often where you got a team that's so focused coming off a tumultuous 2003 where it was a mess. I mean, I came in there, it was a mess. And they just had a laser focus on what they had to do, and they were really unselfish.
Right.
There's nobody that was looking for all the accolades. Just go, Coach, we're tired of losing, man. Help us win. I said, I'll do what I can. I ain't the answer, but I'll help you. I'll do all I can. And they just responded week in, week out. And at the beginning, there was no noise because we didn't have any expectations. The year before, everybody was screaming from the mountaintops how good Auburn was going to be, and it didn't turn out. They were 8-5. So in 04, there was no noise. But then when we beat Tennessee, the noise started.
Mm-hmm.
It was a different deal now. Everybody was watching now. Game day was there. I mean, it was now we had to deal with the same stuff all over again, which they didn't have any problem if it wasn't gonna be like 03. And I put this chapter in the book. I said, this is not 2003. After Tennessee or whenever, I said, this is not 2000. These guys are a different team on a different mission with a different focus. And it showed up the rest of the year. They were not going to be denied.
Well, Coach, look, man, we really want to thank you for your time. And if you would, please tell us once again where we can see your book out. Do we have a release date yet?
We don't have a specific release date, but it's going to be August.
Okay.
And it's probably going to be later August, okay? And then as soon as it comes out, Ray, I will tell you, and we'll do another show, okay?
Okay,
and
wonderful.
You can read the book and have questions,
Yes.
You have questions about the book, which makes it even more compelling, I think.
Yes.
And then again, I'll be there, I think, in October. But I want to redo a bunch of these podcasts that I'm doing now.
Yes.
And just get some questions on things that are in the book, because there's some stuff it ain't all warm and fuzzy. There's a few deals I said that were pretty candid. So let's see what happens, but I'll stay in touch with you and we'll go from there.
Wonderful.
Al, I want to tell you this, I'm going to tell you, and like I told Jason Campbell, you're a class act. I appreciate you coming on the show. Consider CTS Sports Room your home, and of course, Tile 100.9, the Stingray Show your home. Anytime you're welcome to come back. And it was personally for me, it was an honor to meet you, because I wanted to talk a little trash with you, but Stingray said he'll cut me, so I said nah. I want to be polite.
No, you did good.
And I want you to know, we'd love to have you back, and it was an honor to meet you. You're a great coach, and it was an honor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I had a blast. And Stingray, he comes. He got a good show. He brings up some stuff now. He thinks about his questions before he asks them, and I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Coach, and we will do it again soon, closer to the book coming out. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. It's great.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Was he giving me a compliment? Was he giving me a compliment?
Yeah, but you were a really good sport. You did it really well. That was
oh
pretty
my
awesome.
God. He gave me a compliment.
Yes.
What a nice guy. I was being serious. Al Borges and Tumbaville and Gus Malzahn and these coaches. I mean, Dick Chizik. These were the coaches. What? Don't laugh. We were worried about these coaches back in the day in 2004.
Yes.
We really were. It's to see like Al in person, because Alabama was hurting in 2004. And, and when it comes to the Iron Bowl thing, it's just like the Ole Miss and Mississippi State game, the Egg Bowl. Wow. Yeah. You'd be surprised. You learn about these coaches, and you see what people like Dick Chizik and Al Borges and Tommy Tuberville did in 2004. We were pissed, but the thing about SEC fans in general, we know we play in the toughest conference.
Yes.
And the fact that Auburn got cheated, I wasn't upset about it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I was crying a river.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't. I kind of enjoyed the fact they didn't get the national championship. However, back, you know damn good and well you got cheated. Oklahoma, I was the same way about Oklahoma State. When Alabama got in, Oklahoma State didn't. I mean, of course, we somebody wants to be on TV. Can I bring in my son?
Sure.
So let me finish the statement. So I got upset. I got upset that Oklahoma State didn't make it in and Alabama did. But hey, what can I do? What can I do? I mean, ain't nothing I can do. I want everybody to see my pride and joy. I love this boy more than anything in the whole wide world. I love you.
What's up, man?
I bet the comments could be all like,
Yeah.
why did your son do that? That's such a dick mean now. Oh.
All right, go. I'm closing up. This microphone's right there. He just asked me, can he get some Subway? Gentlemen, we got it. Stop unmuting me. Stop muting me. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the end of the 3rd and 3. We had Clemson Tom come back. We'll see him again in August. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the one and only internet sensation, Stingray. What?
I need to also remind you guys one final thing. This weekend, we talked about it a little bit with Clemson Tom. This weekend is the final regular season weekend for college baseball. And get this, Alabama is trying to get back to Hoover for a second consecutive season. They take on Arkansas Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. If they win one of those games, they go to Hoover next week for the SEC championship. So cross your fingers that Roll Tide can get back to Hoover in the SEC tournament in baseball.
I went to Troy, so how's Troy baseball doing?
No clue.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out.